How do you deal with heartbreak? Find all the secret numbers hidden in the video and post it in the comment with your username to get a chance to win a $50 gift card each month. Stay the hell away from your ex or unrequited love. You'll just prolong your suffering. The only cure is time. Everything else is just a distraction from the pain. Short-term distraction. Long-term time. Throw yourself into something that you enjoy or that you want to do. Work. Exercise. A hobby. Over time, the heartbreak gets better. You never get fully over it, but it gets much more bearable and becomes part of who you are. Hiking worked well for me. Exercise, fresh air, and isolation. This is somewhat of a vague question, but I'm curious to see what the good people of Reddit will say. My ex and I broke up back in September, and I still feel some of that heartbreak. Hopefully I can gain some inspiration from the community. When I was in college, I once got over a heartbreak by writing a screenplay depicting a fictionalized version of the relationship. It still ended with a breakup. But in this version I got closure. And that helped me get closure in real life as well. Pick up some hobbies and learn some skills. You feel a lot more in control the more you accomplish. Like everyone else. Asterisk refuse to admit it's over. Asterisk resist. Try to compromise. Asterisk accept it and get really depressed. Asterisk wander aimlessly. Lethargic. Still pretty depressed. Asterisk accept the change and find the good sides about it and move on. Unfortunately, you can't skip to the last step. Give yourself a couple days to grieve, then distract yourself with work or hobbies and reach out to your friends and family for support. Don't romanticize your ex. You'll just convince yourself the breakup was a mistake and go running back. Accept that although some parts were amazing, not all relationships are meant to last forever. I like to reflect back after a breakup and identify the lessons I've learned. If you can take at least one good thing out of a failed relationship, then it's not longer a failed relationship. You need to just acknowledge it and let yourself feel sad and heartbroken when it hits you. But then search out contentment in your everyday life. Find things you like to do and do them by yourself. It definitely gets easier with time. You'll feel so much better for having put the work in. Also, it can't hurt to talk to a therapist. They absolutely will take on clients that just need a month or two of extra help. Heartbreaks don't ever heal. Smells, sounds, music, food, some random stranger's laugh. Even driving down a familiar street will bring all that stuff flooding back. The trick is focusing on the good, remembering and enjoying what was, and learning from the mistakes made on both sides of the court. By looking at it as an opportunity to grow and learning to love yourself. The only thing that has helped me is by taking one day at a time. That's all we can do. 10 years together is a long time. It's only been a year. I just have to trust the process. I think people are right when they say it becomes part of you. But it won't be at the forefront of your mind forever. You, meaning me. Or, you, the general term? Because me drank way too much alcohol and nearly died and then obsessively thought about what happened for 3 years. Sometimes I would have a really deep sleep and wake up without it on my mind, and then slowly it would creep back in as I came round. It's the other way around for me. Usually I am the one breaking the girl's heart, and most of the time the way they deal with it is cut me off completely with no chance of anything. And I am always glad they did it, 'cause it makes things complicated otherwise. Binge watch funny sitcoms. Office, Always Sunny, Trailer Park Boys, Heartbreak Fixed. Not very well. I let it consume me and I wallow in the pain. Replace feelings with chocolate. Do not recommend, but it tastes good at the time. As my chemistry teacher once said, alcohol is always a solution. I went ballistic working out in the gym for a few years. Then I enrolled and graduated from college. Then to top it all off, I bought a really nice home just to prove to the world that I can make it all by myself. I personally don't think that I would have been able to achieve all of that without the drive from a bad breakup. Good luck to you and don't let the shitty times hold you down. I'm a firm believer in rebounds. Always does the trick for me. And yes, I tell people they are rebounds from the beginning. Most guys are actually okay with it, surprisingly. I treat it as a yet another failure on my part and scold myself appropriately. I literally disappear. To the point where in the past my friends were convinced that I was kidnapped. Is it healthy? No. Does it work? Debatable. Is it a bad habit? Yes. Best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. When you're going through hell, keep going. Winston Churchill. If they broke your heart, they were never truly the right one for you. The right one doesn't break your heart. I'm not saying it's easy, but attempt to quit living dreams that were never real and see the truth of that. Do all the stuff you wanted to but your ex didn't like or didn't want you doing. Stay up all night gaming. Flirt with people. Or just go do something with friends. Spend a lot of time with friends. Good distraction. And take on as many healthy habits as possible to show myself I'm fine without them. Cut all contact and unfollow on social media. It feels mean, but it's super helpful for both parties. Don't ask me, I generally use unhealthy coping mechanisms. Just work on you and loving yourself. If you look for external validation from someone else, it's never going to fill you. If had a messed up childhood, then you don't love yourself and feel good about yourself, so a break confirms your worst fears. When someone breaks up with you, don't take it personally. Maybe there are things you need to work on. But ultimate, you are enough. You are worthy of love. Love yourself. And love people who can accept it. Stay away from your ex. If you live together, move out. Accept and embrace every feeling you're going through. Be sad, broken, angry, or whatever. I would not recommend listening to your fave music or watch your fave movie. They will remind you of this breakup for years. Depression for at least a year or two, and just play video games or watch anime all the time. Focus on yourself and completely cut that person out of your life. If you keep looking back at their social medias, they are gonna get in your head even more. Cried about mine for a couple days, then got over it so fast. Cry by myself, eat ice cream, and pretend I'm completely fine. It's a very up and down process. The hardest part is letting go when all I want is to be married to him and starting our lives together. But it's not mutual, so I just deal with the pain in a different way every day. Some days are better than others. I find that distractions help the best, not the most productive thing. But last year I had a bad breakup and I bought myself a few new video games to take up my time and mental capacity. Worked pretty well. But also taking up a new hobby or spending more time with friends can help too. Tub of ice cream. Sad movie to help grieve, and then the next day a night out with mates to get your mind off things. Then, only time and distance can help. Well, you can't have heartbreak when you don't get a partner. Try to avoid spiraling into destructive behavior. Keep your friends and family close. And take it one day at a time. It might not seem like it now. But eventually all will be well. I basically become a mopey whiny emo bitch for a couple of months. Just to let all the soft squishy feelings work their way out of my system. Then I shrug. Remind myself that I'm awesome and that one day the other person will regret not wanting to be with me. And find somebody new. Time. But don't spend that time laying in bed. I know it can be hard. But getting up every morning and just taking a shower will work wonders for you. Also make sure you're eating and drinking enough water. I cry. Then try to forget. Then avoid. Then cling to someone else. Take time to heal. Do stuff you find fun and relaxing. Go out with friends and family. Have blasts with them. Learn those simple things you've always been curious to dive in but you never had the time or the will to finally dare to. Train yourself. Make new friends. Visit places. Last but not least, stay away from alcohol and drugs. Best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. Study demographics. Pick the country that fits you. Start a new life. Unhealthy coping mechanisms cause the pain is so intense I grow impatient. Hello. Weed and cigarettes. Time and lots of sleep. Invest in a new hobby you always wanted to try. But mostly time. Sometimes I just let my mind drift. I try to think about the better things. For me, I just try not to think about it and spend time with friends because you can always have a good time with them. I became a bitter alcoholic and drank till I was drunk every day for 7 years. I have not stopped since and won't stop till I become dead. I am ultra-functional, meaning I am a great actor, but one day soon I will die abruptly. I'm going with the portal artery of my liver rupturing catastrophically from my extremely scarred liver plus high blood pressure. I am unimaginably sad.